According to UNICEF, more than half the people in the world who suffer with extreme poverty are children. Meanwhile, HIV/AIDS continues to decimate families, leaving millions of children to fend for themselves or consigning them to the sex trade. Child mortality, pneumonia and malaria are just three of the major health issues facing children today. Malaria kills 2,800 children in Africa alone every single day. Many of them die simply because they can't get access to proper health care, including immunisation. It's been said that education is the transmission of civilization. Yet according to the UN, there are still more than 117 million children in the world who are out of school. Now we know that 39 million of those come from conflict-affected fragile states, but that still leaves a huge number that come from relatively stable, even developed nations who are getting no education. Meanwhile, Save the Children tells us that there are more than 1 million children in prisons around the world, 90% of them for very trivial offences. And every year, something like 2 million children become victims of human trafficking, which is the modern equivalent of the slave trade. Many of these kids will end up in pornography or prostitution or forced labour or even guerrilla armies. Sending children to war is a crime under international law, but there are still 250,000 child soldiers in the world. Many of these young warriors, as young as 7 or 8, come from very poor backgrounds, and many have been abandoned by their parents. Many will be killed in action. Others will die just because there's no medical treatment for their injuries. And those that are left will often suffer deep psychological scars that may never heal.